Hi, I'm Miro, and welcome back to Driftwood. So, last time we met Noro, who asked us to join the cooking club, and I have to turn down the volume, sorry. Shit, I always forget. Yeah. We also talked about our incident to Taryn. So, yeah. And so, we still have to work on our project, I believe. Then there's the Harvest Festival, and also Yuko's party. This game really is longer than I thought. I thought I would complete Act 1 in like 4 parts, but this is like the 8th part, and I don't think I'll be over now. So yeah, let's go. By the time I leave the school again and make my way to the dorms, the walkway are much less populated. Everyone has gone about their business for the weekend. I don't really have any definitive plans, which is sort of depressing. Figure I should probably spend the weekend trying to get a look around the island like Mr. Marlon suggested. Unfortunately, I'm going to be too busy catching up on working on the paper. I sleep under the shade of the trees beneath the afternoon sun, giving my feet a long lackluster drag to the ground. Stop! The sudden sound of a voice catches me off guard and I look around for a moment. Oh yeah! Kyrie! So we met 6 girls. Are you one of the options, or are you like a side character? I don't know. Shit. Well, 2 figures are standing beside one of the trees in the ground that marks the halfway point from the school to the dorms. Kyrie. The second voice is easy enough to pinpoint as Ellen, who I can spot standing behind a redheaded girl with glasses. Oh, hey, Kyrie. Hey, Ellen. Kyrie waves, gesturing me to come over and talk with them. I do so, but I can hear the remnants of Ellen's soft voice murmuring out from beside Kyrie. And you always have to tease me. I'm not teasing you, I'm trying to get you to socialize with the new kid. Just try it for once. The paler-skinned girl fidgets a little before finally looking towards me, forced to engage in conversation. I look between the two and wave my hand up in the friendliest manner I can muster, greeting them a second time. Hey, what are you two up to? Kira shoves an elbow into Ellen's side and Ellen yelps out, an uneasy blush coming to her face as she looks towards me nervously. Good, how is your day going, Marcus? Just... wait, what? Yeah, she didn't even answer. Ellen's response doesn't even answer my question, but she's already embarrassed enough, best not to point it out. Kyria smacks her hand across her own face, ashamed by Ellen's lack of communication skills. I'll fancy the two-way conversation, at least for a bit. It was long, but okay, I guess. And you? I try my best to sound enthusiastic and pleased to speak with them, hoping it will make Ellen less of a nervous wreck. It was okay. My tone has no effect, and Ellen goes back to looking anywhere but towards my face. I turn to Kyrie and offer a smile, silently stating that I had at least tried. How about you, Kyrie? My day went fine. Kyrie doesn't seem all that entertained by the fact that my effort didn't make Ellen any less jumpy. She gives Ellen a disappointed look, which makes me feel like the two girls need to talk something out. Probably best I get going. I need to get a head start on the paper if I want to have some free time this weekend, which reminds me of the predicament with Ellen and taking Mr. Mala's decision personally. Anyways, I'm gonna go, but hey Ellen, I just wanted to let you know Mr. Mala made the decision for us to work on our own. The jittery shy girl blinks, looking up from the ground towards me for a short moment before glancing to Kiri apologetically. Oh, I know. Alright. No hard feelings, right? I would have been glad to work with you. It's fine. Her answer is tentative and only makes me feel more guilty. She probably did take it personally. I rub the back of my head and nod slightly, as if agreeing with her statement. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Need to get to work and stuff. Kiria finally breaks from her grimace, nudging Ellen in the side again, prodding her to say goodbye. Alright, have a good one. Bye. I turn, feeling embarrassed by how terrible Ellen is at conversation, and make my way back down the path. I am, however, a little intrigued by Kiria. She must be very good with Ellen if she was able to get her to stay outside, let alone speak with me, even if it was very limited. Back in the door, I feel inclined to give Matt's door a knock and give him a piece of my mind for the CPR stunt he pulled earlier. He opens his door and raises his eyebrows as if not expecting to have seen me again so soon. Oh, hey, Brusky, feeling better? And now he doesn't have sunglasses anymore. What the fuck? How does that work? Yeah, can you never do that again, please? Do what again? I slap my hand across my face and groan in frustration. Don't try and save my life again. Huh? What do you mean, dude? Never again. You sure, man? What if I lie on the ground in a pool of my own blood? I don't think that's going to happen. Matt scrunches up his lips in protest before nodding. Alright, I won't save you if you're dying in a pool of your own blood. Pinky promise? You're kidding, right? Nah, man, it's what real men do to uphold their honor and prove they are the true alpha males. I takes in a deep breath before punching viciously in the air. Alpha as fuck! The look in Matt's eyes is both bold and grim, and I have the feeling that if I actually make this agreement with him, he will watch me die in front of him just to prove his honor as a man. Fine, pinky promise. The thought of Matt trying to give me a CPR again is enough to make me take his stupid little promise seriously enough to extend my hand outwards. Fine, pinky promise. He extends his own pinky and we swear a silent treaty, agreeing that Matt will not try to give me CPR ever again. We share a long stare. Matt seems to understand how important it is for him to keep his lips away from mine, under any circumstances. Well, now that that's over with, want some purple drink? On me, as a way of showing my gratitude to a blooming and everlasting friendship and neighbors. A cold refreshing drink sounds fairly appealing. Alright, sure. Matt smiles eagerly and disappears into his room for a short time, returning with a glass filled with ice and the grape soda he calls purple drink. For whatever reason, the glass has a strange aroma to it. Matt probably has some added ingredient to bring out the flavor or something of equal ridiculousness. Fuck. I swig the glass down with one gulp. The drink's fumes rise into my nostrils and I squint from the burning in my throat. Ow. What the hell is that? Alright, no more for you. That's all you get. But instead of answering the question, he takes the glass away from me and slams his door shut in my face. Huh. What a jackass. The cold drink wasn't as pleasant as I thought it'd be. It tasted really bitter. With a disgruntled sigh, I turn and slip back into my own room, throwing my school things onto the desk to prepare to work. For whatever reason, I have a hard time working on Mr. Mala's paper and the rest of my homework, let alone thinking straight. My attention bobbles from thing to thing and my mind wanders, leaving me to think only about the party next weekend. Eventually, I force myself to finish a first draft of the paper. As a reward, I quickly divert my attention to the side of my desk where I had left the pamphlet Hugo gave me. She did mention it had their contact information. Could be a good idea to see if it works or not. I add the number to my contacts and send a test text. Hey, is this Yuko? It's Marcus. Almost instantly the phone buzzes in my palm. Talk about a quick reply. She's thirsty as fuck. Yeah, glad you texted me. What's up? Smiley face. I hesitate, not really sure what to respond with, figuring I was just checking to see if it was her number after all. Not much, bored out of my mind since I don't have a computer or anything to do in my room. Oh, how come? Only had a desktop back home and my parents didn't want me to bring it. Makes doing papers kind of a pain. You could borrow a laptop from the school. Oh? I didn't think they had them. Guess I'll get one next time I need to write a lot. They only give them out to certain students, but I'll help you to get on one Monday. Okay. Thanks. No problem. Hey, could I ask what you're doing this Sunday? That question is a little strange, and I let my mind wander as to what she means by it. Maybe she likes me? That's doubtful, figuring she's only known me for a few days. Best to just tell the truth. Not much. Why? Keep it that way, I have a surprise. I furrow my brow in response, even though she doesn't see me because we're texting each other, you fucking dumbass. What in the world does she have in mind that involves me? Huh, alright. I keep my schedule clear. Awesome, I'll talk to you later, I have to finish some work before bed. That last message is dismissive and I don't bother replying goodbye, so I set my phone down and ponder what you could possibly want from me on Sunday. Perhaps it is a date. Or some elaborately planned scheme to get me to help her. Or a prank. I shake my head drowsily, clearing my mind of wandering thoughts. Sitting up and getting ready for bed proves to be the best option because soon after, fatigue billows over me and I'm quick to fall asleep. The sound of birds chirping outside is enough to stir me up from my sleep. I almost said strip. What? My eyes flicker open as my mind instinctively calculates the time of day based on the intensity of light in my room. It's late, I can tell that much. I reach down and grab my phone to check the exact time, and to my relief, it's only 11 in the morning. To your relief? Wait, is it Sunday? It would have been a shame if I'd waste half my Saturday sleeping, but I'm still ahead on time, so I slip out of bed and take a quick shower followed by prepping myself for the day. It's Saturday, okay. Downstairs, I find that my dorm is filled with mostly unfamiliar students' faces from other grades and homerooms. Luckily, they don't pay me any mind. Eventually, I spot a skin tone I recognize, even if I don't want to think of it like that. It's hard not to. Noro? No. He turns as I approach and offers me a nod of greeting. Oh, it's Jay. Hey, what's good? He's not wearing his school uniform. In my haste to get out of the room, I mistakenly slip mine on without a second thought. Oh, crap, I forgot I still own my own clothes. Jay offers me a comforting grin, as if he knows the feeling of getting caught in the habit of wearing the uniform as well. It's fine, so people actually wear the uniform all the time. Kinda weird if you ask me. Eric butts into the conversation, having been talking with another classmate nearby. I don't actually mind it too much. Either way, what's going on today? Jay and Elric exchange look within one another for a moment before chuckling at my question. Nothing, dude, we're like any teenagers, just chill on the weekends. There are some clubs and stuff, but it's whatevs. Yeah, Mother was talking to me about them yesterday. Nah, man, don't listen to him with that kind of boring crap he pushed you towards. There's like a game developing club, a writers club, what else? Eric glances up at Jay, leaving the rest of the question to his taller companion. Jay's taller? From the sprite, Eric looks taller. Film club, art club, all that kind of stuff. You can check out the front desk if you want on Monday. Joining a club is extra grades or something. Huh, really? The two of them look over my shoulder for a split second and are tempted to follow their usual lead, but I feel an arm latch around my shoulder. And it's Matt. You could join the club of dark arts and magic. I quickly give Matt a little shove, not wanting anywhere near me after yesterday's incident. I don't think I want to join your Harry Potter club. Thanks, Matt. But Marcus, you're a wizard! Fucking memes! He nearly finishes his sentence screaming, and from their looks, all the other students around the dorm heard him just as clear as I did. As much as I love being passive, Dealing with Matt is like dealing with a 5-year-old who is capable of adult conversation. Shut up. Fine, don't join. We didn't want you anyways. Matt lets out a disappointed laugh and ventures back in defeat to what he was doing. Elric, Jay, and I share a look, shrugging off Matt's oddity and return to the realm of normal adult conversation once again. I'll take a look on Monday. I've never really been into clubs or groups or anything though. It's worth a shot, plus it's something to do after school. You might find something you like. Jay purses his lips for a moment and smiles. I enjoyed Culinary Club back when I was in it. We've been thinking about starting our own club, but it's kind of pointless since this is senior year and all. Oh, what about? Music production? Not enough people are interested though, so it probably isn't gonna happen. How many need to be interested? And, well, what keeps you from just doing something like that in your own time? Actually, we do, but if we had the club rights, we would be able to use a room in the school and we would get a mentor or a teacher. Jay scratches the back of his neck in a gauche, self-conscious manner. We'd also get an allowance from the school budget to buy new equipment. Oh, I see. I can't help but feel like the two are hinting at the idea that I should join their cause, but music production has never really caught my attention too much, so it's not like I'm jumping out of my shoes in excitement for the idea. I also don't have much of a clue of who would be the fourth in our starting group, even if fuck my knife, Jesus Christ, and even if I was interested. I glance around the dorm rooms bemusedly, not entirely sure what Elric and Jay want me to say aside from showing interest in joining them. Bzzz. Luckily my phone vibrating in my pocket causes a pause in the conversation. They do nod their heads, gesturing for me to take the call. I step outside the dorm, finding that the weather is as perfect for a weekend as it can possibly be, warm and sunny with a refreshing breeze. The phone vibrates once more before I open it up and press it on my ear. Hello? Hey you, how are things? How are you? How is the school? She rambles on for a few more minutes before taking in a deep breath and going silent, finally letting me answer her questions. They're good, I'm good, it's good. Marcus, I know you're talkative, but try to contain yourself, it's only been 5 days. She laughs at her own joke for a moment, leaving me to just roll my eyes, even though she doesn't see me. Her sense of humor is beyond lame. Either way, I'm forced into sharing with her about the school, the people, and how I feel about everything. People pass by where I stand with each occurring minute, and before I know it, I've nearly spent half an hour listening to my mom lecture me about how I need to be careful and keep my grades up. Okay, thanks, I'll call you back sometime next week, but I need to get going. Alright, and remember, exercise your shoulder muscles. Okay, love you, bye. I hung up, not wanting to hear any more of her overprotective rambling as I stared down at it in my phone, hoping it wouldn't start buzzing again. I really can't read, it's white text on a light blue box. Couldn't you give like an outline to the text so I could read it better? I really can't read. Luckily the phone remained silent, allowing me to stuff it into my pocket with no resistance and start to enjoy my day. I stand up and look around the garden for a moment, only to find that I don't recognize any of the kids hanging around out here today. I am tempted to just head back in the dorms, but that seems sort of pointless, figuring how nice the weather is today. The sun is warm, there's a little bit of a breeze, and the air has a fresh scent to it. I amble off down the pathway leading to the school, hands in my pockets as I admire the natural beauty of my new home. It's not something I'm really used to, but being surrounded by trees and plants is actually pleasant, although a bit too quiet for my taste sometimes. I'm sure in time that will pass though. I'm still so used to the sound of cars and background noise always being present that the silence is a little unnerving. It also makes good to listen to the quieter things in life. The birds, the sound of wind billowing about through trees, even that of our own breathing. The sound of my own breathing is a blessing at this point. I should have died that early spring months ago. I'm lucky. I should enjoy and cherish everything I still have. I pause, taking in a deep breath, just to hear the sound of my lungs filling and emptying as I look around. To my surprise, I see someone sitting against a nearby tree, a book held up over their face as they read. The cover is the same as the book I decided to read, and it only takes me a moment to realize who this person is. Fucking phone. It's the short blonde-haired guy with the dog mix of feistiness and aggression. Taryn? She doesn't really look like her in this fucking CG. What the fuck happened? I don't really recognize her. Well, seems she took my advice and is actually trying to catch up with some schoolwork. I walk over, deciding it would be only fair if I got too ridiculous for her hypocrisy. So, how's the book? Her green bean colored eyes just glower at my comment and slowly she tilts her head to look up at me. What do you want? Nothing, I just thought it was interesting that you were actually reading. The short and short-tempered girl just saw a look of disapproval. What's that supposed to mean? It doesn't mean anything, but what do you think of it so far? Taryn purses her lips once more, gawking at me suspiciously before letting her face relax. It's okay, I guess. What page? 25? Ah, it gets really good at around page 30. I'll take your word for it. Now scram, I have to finish the makeup work by Monday or I won't get a passing grade. I'm not too fazed by her telling me to get lost. I am surprised though that she seems to actually care about her grades. Based on her first impression, I thought it was safe to assume she was a ditz and a total slacker. I suppose I shouldn't judge books by their own cover, either. Why did I put own in there? There's no own there. Alright, well I hope you enjoy the book. I start to turn to keep heading towards the school, but Taryn glances up at me. Hey! The tone of her voice announced to Senior that she was going to ask a question, so I pause and look back down at her. Yeah? What's it like getting shot? What? For a moment I'm baffled she would have the audacity to ask such an impudent question. I just stared down at her with an aggravated gaze. It feels like getting shot. It's like asking what pizza tastes like. It tastes like pizza. So it's not describable in words? She tilts her head to the side, oblivious to the fact I am offended by such a brazen question. Even if the question itself is harmless, I feel offended by it, like it was a personal jab at me as a whole. Triggered! Fucking triggered! Like being shot has become some part of my being, like something you can just peep out at party and say, oh hey, I got shot! So that offends me. I think it's stupid that it's upsetting me, but for some reason it really ticks me off. Just like Taryn in general. Oh, come on, I like Taryn. She really knows how to push buttons, even if she doesn't realize it. I take a deep breath and gaze up at the canopy of trees above us that are starting to dry up and turn to the golden red hues of autumn. It's soothing enough that I'm able to come up with a few distinct ways to describe the whole situation. It's not something I'd want anyone else to go through, but it's hard to explain. It's like being in your own universe for a little while. Everything goes black and white, you don't hear anything. You don't feel anything, only a little bit of pain. I mean, it might be different for other people, but that's how it was for me. I look back down only to find Terrence's green eyes sweeping from side to side, scanning the pages of the book. The blonde-haired girl isn't even paying attention to me anymore. Are you even listening? Sorry, what? I wasn't listening, you took too long to get going. Okay, now it's recognizable. Come on. The CG was completely different. She takes in a deep breath and closes the book, only to stand up and give me a smug, careless look. A surge of anger comes through my blood and I'm forced to bite down on the side of my tongue just to prevent myself from yelling at her. This little shithead is a complete bitch. As simple and clean as you can get, bitch is the word used to describe people like her. If you're going to ask a question, at least listen long enough to get your answer. Well, I would have, but you just started mumbling and looking up at the sky like an idiot. I take in a deep breath, offering Terry a very dull and bored stare. Are you stupid or something? Ugh. Jesus. Stupid is a stupid dust forest. That doesn't even make sense. I think it makes perfect sense. Explain it then. Close your eyes and then explain it. Close my eyes? What does that have to do with anything? Trust me. Taryn gives me a small grin and gestures me to do as she says. I sigh reluctantly and close my eyes. Alright, whatever, explain now? I wait for a few moments, but no answer comes. Now she's gonna kick me in the balls! Well, are you going to explain or what? She just ran away, right? After a few seconds there is still no answer and I'm forced to open my eyes, frustrated with the lack of a reply. To my surprise, the area Terry was once sitting now is now empty. Quickly I glance around, unsure as to where Terry had even managed to wander off to so hastily, but I'm only greeted with the sight of May looking at me in concern for the pathway. Are you okay? What? You were talking to yourself. No, I wasn't. No one is here though. Terry was just here a second ago. Oh, well, I didn't see her. Sorry for thinking you were crazy. Fucking idiot, she just ran away. May giggled softly. I'm not really sure if she's laughing at herself or at me, but either way, Terry just ditched me and I feel completely hoodwinked. I'm almost tempted to go find her and give her a piece of my mind, but the chances of me actually finding her are minimal. I have no idea what she likes doing or where she hangs out. I turn to May and sigh regretfully. Do you know Taryn at all? She blinks, giving me a small smile of approval, already answering my question without words. Of course, why? Where does she actually hang out, and who does she hang out with? Usually me and Garen. I was heading across the street to see if Gerber was having a smoke over there. Oh, so the three of you hang out a bit. Yeah, were you talking about something important with Taryn? You're welcome to tag along and come check with me. I'm tempted to join May, but the how frustrating Taryn has gotten me, I'm not entirely sure I can deal with May's constant blathering about everything. Yes. If this gets me on Taryn's route, I'm doing it. I take in a deep breath to clear my thoughts. Sure, why not? Yes. May claps her hands together as she says... May claps her hands together as if she had just accomplished something astronomical by getting me to accompany her. Yay! You know, if the walk is a short distance, it feels uncomfortably long with May chatting senselessly into my ear the whole way. And then he told me to shut up. Can you believe that? How rude. Yeah, that's pretty rude of him, but you should shut the fuck up. I try my best to sound as if I agree, but it's quite a challenge again with anything May says. Luckily, our trip isn't in vain, and we find Garen sitting on the steps of the convenience store. He has a cigarette in his mouth and a sleepy look on his face. Garen's sleepiness doesn't stop May, and she bounces down to sit beside him cheerfully. Hey, Gerber! Garen just gives a painful groan, sleepy eyes shifting to glare at the pink-haired girl. I mean, of course there's a pink-haired girl in a game based on Japanese visual novels. Of course. Stop calling me that. Never. Garen just offers a few unintelligible noises before tossing his cigarette to the ground and stomping it out. May remains silent, which I don't imagine she'll stay that way for long, so I clear my throat and look down at Garen. You seen Taryn around? Garen flips his fist over his shoulder, gesturing with his thumb to the side of the building. She's in there. I let the two of them continue with their argument over Gerber and make my way inside the small convenience store. You bitch. Inside the aisles are empty aside from the last closest to the checkout. Taryn is there, flipping through the pages of a magazine. She doesn't notice me, so I set myself up beside her, taking another copy of the same magazine to mock her. You got me pretty good with that one. Stupid is as stupid does, Mr. Gump. She grins malevolently as she sets the magazine down. What? I said down twice. Jesus Christ, man. I wasn't really expecting you to follow me here. You're kind of a creep, huh? I paused for a moment, idly flipping through the pages of the magazine as I were actually trying to read or gain something from the pictures and advertisements. If anything, it kind of reminds me of a movie where two secret operatives have conversations while reading newspapers to appear looking inconspicuous. If you say so. Well, I think we both learned something over the past week. I furrowed my brow at her statement, putting the magazine back down onto the stand to center my attention back to Taryn. And what's that? Taryn smiles, collecting a bag of chips and soda and a candy bar from the aisle before making her way to the cash register. Well, I think, for one, that I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and that you shouldn't judge people based on their reactions when you do just as many stupid things. The cashier of the store scans the items, tossing them carelessly into a plastic bag for Taryn as she'd pay for everything. Taryn starts to leave and I followed in suit, remaining at her side as I processed the concept of what we had learned from one another. I suppose you're right. I'll let it go, even if you're a little hypocritical. Who isn't a hypocrite? The question makes me pause for a few seconds. She may be the equivalent of a harpy, but she certainly is clever, more so than what I expect. I guess I was right in saying you can't judge a book by its cover, and I guess I'm a bit of a hypocrite myself. You're interesting. I'll take that as a compliment. We rejoined Garen and May outside, only to find the situation there hasn't changed at all. And so, then he told me to shut up. How rude is that? Yeah, that's pretty rude. The sarcasm coming from Garen's story is much less seen than my own was, but May doesn't seem to catch it either way. I think it's fair to say that May is one of the most outspoken freshmen. It's hard not to recognize or notice her in a group. Nor is it hard to ignore the pink eyes and colored hair that adorns her head. It's quite silly, really. The only thing I can say I enjoy is the fact it isn't in some ridiculous hairstyle that's obnoxiously curly or spirally. You'd be surprised how many guys at my own school try to make themselves unique by coloring their hair like a neon sign and then styling it in a ridiculous way. Sometimes they would shave the sides of their heads or knotting it into unusual braids. Mine could be a lot worse, I suppose, so I should be thankful she isn't obnoxious as well as overly artistic with her hair. So then, May, don't you ever shut up? The question from Terry only makes me laugh out loud. I wanted to ask the same question minutes after meeting May. Garen even joins me with a small chuckle. May, aware is displeased by the comment, just puffs out her cheeks in protest. I don't talk that much. Yes, you do. Now shut up. It takes a bit of time for May to settle down, but eventually she goes silent, remaining quiet as she squirms uncomfortably in her seat. Even if the order was harsh, I can tell the three of us silently agree if it's for the best to set things straight. Taryn unpacks the item for the plastic bag, handing a bag of chips to May and Garen. And surprisingly a candy bar to me. I lift up my eyebrow in hesitation, unsure as to why she was giving me anything to begin with. Think of it as a peace offering. A peace offering. Yeah, I can tell you don't like me too much, and I don't really like you at all that much. But we may have just started out on the wrong foot. So let's start over, I take the candy, but if you have no urge to eat it now, I'll probably snack on it later. Alright, if you say so. I do say so. Anyways, hi, I'm Taryn. The greeting and introduction seem really out of place. Awkward to say the very least, but a humorous attempt to try and restart our opinions of one another. Maybe Taryn's not all that bad. She's still pretty annoying though. Nice to meet you. I'm Marcus. I step away from the store, then look at the trio of friends, stuffing the candy bar into my uniform's pocket. May crunches loudly on the bag of chips, speaking with her mouth open. Why do they look so different in the CGs? Taryn looks completely different. Garen too, and May's hair is a completely different color. There's no consistency in the CGs. Oh well. Did I read this line? I don't know. May crunches loudly on the bag of chips, speaking with her mouth open. You guys are weird. Garen, who for the most part seemed to be ignoring the conversation, leans forward and smirks, knocking an elbow into May's side. They're already like an old married couple. Shut up, no one asked for your opinion. Garen just laughed, taking another cigarette from the package he had stuffed into his pocket. No need to get so defensive there, Taryn. He sets the cigarette between his lips, lights it, and grins as he takes a long drag. A relaxed posture travels through his body in one massive way as he inhales the paper cylinder's contents. The expression on his face is that of self-confidence, like he knows something the rest of us don't. I'm not getting defensive, you're just a pretentious douchebag half the time. Garen's grin only grows as staring at Taryn's comment, but he remains otherwise silent. In a way, I can tell that all their comments and jabs at each other are light-hearted and friendly, but from an outside view I think it's easy to say that the group of them seem fairly hateful towards one another. I guess it's just one of those group relationships where everyone is comfortable bashing on one another, and in reality they just use one another to strengthen themselves. We all go silent for a short time, just listening to the sound of May rustling her hand down the plastic wrap of the bag of chips, the sound accompanied by her chewing on them like a horse. So, are you guys going to the party next week? I really can do a chewing voice. I had forgotten about the party coming after. I had forgotten about the party coming up after the Harvest Festival this Friday. It's hard to keep track of things with so much going on, and I offered not to make a statement. I guess so. What about you, Garen? Garen nods his head, taking in another long half of nicotine and smoke to feed his cravings. Yeah, I'll be there. He blows out a small trail of smoke that is uplifted by the wind and carried off into the late summer sky. The breeze makes the trees rustle with noise. The slowly dying leaves shuffle against one another in a red and yellow blur. They stand out in contrast to the blue cloudless sky above us, sharing pigment only with the slowly descending sun. What about you, Taryn? Taryn leans against the guardrail of the steps with her arms crossed, staring out at the sky blankly. What about it? Well, are you gonna go? I don't know, don't really care either. Well, what's going on there anyways? Have you guys been before? It's pretty chill, food's good, music's a little iffy, kind of like taking a step back to the 40s. It's at Hugo's Family Hotel though, yeah? Yeah, it's pretty high class, 4 stars at least. A 4-star hotel here? For what? Only tourists would stay someplace like that. That's the point, we get tourists like crazy every summer, they need to stay somewhere at night, don't they? Well, yeah, I guess. Taryn pushes off in the raining in silence and just marches down the steps without a word, trekking in the direction of the school. Garen and May watch curiously as she leaves but remains silent, enjoying the chips that Taryn had purchased for them. Ugh. Sorry. I feel a little strange just letting her walk off, so I give the two remaining on the stoop a small shrug and follow after Taryn. I jog for a brief moment and slow down as I approach her side. Hey, where are you heading off to? Following me again? Well, no, just wondering what that was all about. Taryn pauses at the crosswalk, a fervent glare coming from her bright green eyes as she's trying to scare me off. Nothing. A simple statement is enough for me to revoke my idea of trying to investigate, so I just stuff my hands in my pockets. Oh. We cross the street, and I can sense Taryn's space hesitating as she's trying to get away from me. Jesus. It's difficult to keep up, but even more difficult to comprehend how she can be so short yet also walk so fast. I managed to, but being so out of shape from being wounded this summer, I find my heart beating at a faster rate than normally. In a way, it feels good, just to feel the blood pumping in my veins and the beads of sweat forming at my neck once again. Once we reach the campus, she slows down enough that I can speak without losing my breath. I take the first opportunity I can, not wanting it to start speeding up again. So have you been to the hotel before? Yeah, I've been. Again with the close-up. Her tone is sharp and aggressive, apparently annoyed by my questions. Well, what did you think of it? It's okay. I frowned at her plain response and this only angers staring more. But the party thing is stupid. Everyone and their brother is asking people out to it this time of year. Please let me ask her out. Please let me ask her out. Yeah, so why not just go to hang out and have a good time? Terry takes in a deep breath and closes her eyes, shaking her head at me. Never mind, the party and getting dressed up for it is just stupid. She just wants to be asked out. Come on, Marcus. We enter into the garden area of the dorm, surrounded with clusters of people, talking, lying around or playing small games like Akisek. Huh? What? What's that word? Talk to you later. Yeah, whatever. Taryn immediately heads off for the girl's dorm. A steadfast and bitter expression on her face, as if talking to me was the worst thing she's ever done. Alright, see ya, good luck with your work. She doesn't respond or look back, which makes me feel totally out of place as I stand in the middle of the courtyard, the crowd of students moving around me alone. I shrug the encounter off, heading into the dorm to see if Eric or Jay or anyone is around to talk with. Okay, now I'm gonna call this a part. It's been 42 minutes, like always. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a part. Today was really eventful, yeah. Honestly, I thought we could get to the party this part. But this game is proving to be longer than I anticipated, so yeah. Well, this is all for this part. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.